Lynda Meeks was born in Frederick, Oklahoma on January 17, 1940. She grew up in a 3-bedroom home with green siding and a tree-lined driveway, alongside 12 sisters and 5 brothers. With a family that big, you know there's lots of love to go around. An important lesson Lynda hoped to leave with her children and grandchildren was to enjoy life, to always be truthful, and to work hard at whatever you do. She embodied those goals even at a young age, working to help their father milk the cows on the dairy farm, tend to the cotton fields in the fall, and help her mother raise her younger siblings. Lynda always had a love for sports, an all-around all-star forward, and always the high-point scorer in games. She helped lead her high school basketball team to numerous championships. Her love transferred to watching her grandchildren play sports and watching her favorite football teams battle it out each Sunday afternoon. At the age of 16, she met Bobby Prater while working at a local restaurant in Frederick, Oklahoma. She shared how he caught her eye because of how much a stud he was, and that he kept winking at her. They fell in love and ended up getting engaged a few years later during Christmas. Lynda married Bobby on June 15, 1957, wearing a beautiful white A-line dress with a lace veil. They stayed in Frederick, where their first child, Beverly Jan, was born in the summer of 1959. Their second child, Johnny Frank, would be born the following year. As a mother, she always was loving, caring, and nurturing to her 2 children. Becoming a grandmother gave her the greatest joy. She said her most precious gifts were her grandchildren. Some of her greatest moments happening during the Christmas season, decorating with the grandkids and making each moment special, from the food to all the love shared during such an important season for the family. While she thought the grandkids were the greatest joy, they soon would be outshone when the great-grandkids arrived. She had the lucky honor of 7 grandkids that she got to spend time with and spoil. Leaving a lasting impression on generations of family members.
My first time to go away from home to go to college, Mom and Dad came to visit me in our dorm room. Well, it was a dorm room where I had a roommate in the dorm room with me. And Mom and Dad came up to see our room, and they walk in, and my little half of the room is on the right-hand side, and then there's a little wall, and you walk around to the other side. Well, Mom wanted to check out the whole dorm room. My roommate wasn't there at the time, so she went around to his side, but he was very fond of decorating with Playboy and Penthouse. So Mom couldn't get back to my side of the room fast enough after she encountered that.
One of my favorite trips here was probably actually a couple years ago when I brought just Jackson here. It was just me and him, and we got to just spend a bunch of one-on-one time with her. And actually, the night we got here, we were sitting here in the living room, and she had pulled out this rain stick and some little drum, and Jackson sat in here and played a little concert for us, and Mimi just thought it was the best thing ever. And I mean, it was really good, but Jackson was wearing his Pikachu onesie, and it was just a funny memory that I have. But I don't know, it just sticks in my mind for some reason.
Mimi would always give the kids M&Ms and vanilla wafers, which they called Mimi cookies. And so anytime we took the kids over to her house, they always seemed to get hungry because they knew Mimi would give them candy. And so Ad and I would always grab her hand and take her and point at the top cabinet because Addie knew that's where she kept the M&Ms. Then they would always want a drink. And Mimi thought she was being sneaky, and she would mix Sprite in with their juice every time because we didn't let our kids drink that much Coke. And so every time the kids would come in the living room and their drinks would be pouring out of the straw, because when you put carbonation in the kids' cups, it just comes out of the straw. And so She thought she was being sneaky, but I knew what she was doing. But it brought her so much joy that I just let her do it.
Me and Mom went to Target. We found a really good deal on pinatas, little Christmas trees. We bought two, one for the current year, one for the next year. We filled one up with candy. We had both of them in the trunk of the car. We asked Daddy to go out and hang the pinata in the garage for the grandkids. So we take the kids out after we got it hung. The kids are hitting it. It's swinging all over the place. Me and Mom are trying to figure out why it's hitting the ceiling. And finally it comes down, and Daddy had put up the wrong pinata, and Mom was very upset that he had got the wrong pinata.
My favorite memory about Mimi is when I got to play puzzles with her, and I got to color with her, and I got to feed her.
Oh yeah. When she's gonna stick her tongue out.
Anaya, what's your favorite memory with Mimi?
My memory is that she always got me special cookies.
I thought about whenever Mimi and Papa came to our house in Georgia, and we took Tiffany, she was a baby, and we went down to Cowboy Gardens. Mimi loved flowers, and we just enjoyed that day so much. And she always had a beautiful yard. She was very particular about her yard, and grass had to be perfect, and leaves have to be picked up.
There's a lot of memories with Mimi. A lot of good ones, sometimes some bad ones, but my favorite probably is the time Mimi tried to convince me the beer that I found in the fridge was for a fertilizer. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but I don't think the grass cared if it was cold or not. But your secret is safe with me. Love you.
I have several great memories. A lot of them when I was kids, they were all with Christmas, and I think that's why I have a love of Christmas so much, because she always made things so exciting. But I think later on in these past few years, it's been talking to her about gardening, because she loved gardening and taking care of her yard. And so I got to talk with her on phone calls, long phone calls, talking about all the vegetables I was growing, all the fruits I was growing out here. We also got to talk about her time when she was young, working on the farm and taking care of the cows and milking them and stuff. And so I got to talk to her about my little chickens and my little chicken farm here. And one of the last things that we got to do is she knew I had got these baby chicks, and we sent her a photo of this little girl right here, and we told her that I was naming this one Lynda Prater. And so she smiled really big and laughed and loved the thought of that. And so here's Lynda Prater. Love you.
Here's one of my favorite memories with Mimi was whenever she would need something done around the house, she'd call and ask Jan, well, is Floyd busy? And usually she'd say, well, no. So I'd get on the phone and talk to Mimi. So she said, well, come over when you get a chance and I'll show you what I want done. And we'd always sit back here on the patio back here, and then she'd proceed to tell me what she wanted done, how she wanted it done, and when she wanted it done. And usually it was right then. And I always enjoyed our little visits because we got to talk about things when nobody else was around. So there's a lot of secrets about the family that I know that nobody else does.
Prater gave great advice
and instilled her values in us.
Values we continue to live by.
We will never forget you and the beautiful relationship we shared.
You've been so much a part of who I am today and influenced all of us so greatly.
I will always love you and save a special corner of my heart to keep you with me.
We will miss you every day of our lives.
Your humor and joyful spirit reminds us to celebrate the small things in life.
We love you and we will always be thinking of you until we meet again.
Love you, Mom.
Love you, Mom.
Love you, Mimi.